until the spear breaks. But that's a point. You can. Marvellous. In that case... I want to try and figure out why this stupid thing is forever listing to one side. Nope. Actually, out of sheer curiosity, what if I do the hover bike like that? Actually, that controls a lot easier than the other one. Just no. Why does everybody seem? Well, at least why did that photo I saw do the hover bike like the other one? Oh well, whatever. This works. This works for me. Yeah, this is my new favorite. Cool. Well, that didn't work. I lost my hover bike. I forgot that the metal band Master Sword was going to be on hiatus as they played the last concert for now. Guess you can't fly out. What? And yes, I apparently can't fly out. That's annoying. You know what? I am going to remove that from my favourites. There we go. Oh, well, I'll have to save up some cores and go and get some other stuff. Right, let's leave Master Sword as a band with Zelda-themed music. Ah, fair enough. Lost Woods. Let's leave the Lost Woods. And I will fly over the Lost Woods. You! You lumping, stupid pain in the neck, wretched, blasted. Okay, right. Let's try this again, but taking more altitude. Ooh, that looks like another dragon tier. And a shrine and the lookout tower. Oh, we've got plenty to do over there then. No. No. No, I'm not over the Lost Woods. Piss off. I can see the Great Deku Tree from here. The Master Sword. Oh. Oh. Might as well do the shrine first. Ooh. Spinning gears. Oh, this looks easy enough. Amazing how they work physics into these games. Because it's all just code telling that ball to do that. Whereas in the real world, it's just physics. Whereas previously, they would have just made that a small cutscene just for the sake of making sure the ball went where they wanted it to go. Chest will be down there. I'm thinking the same thing. There we go. Mighty Zonite Longsword. There. Yeah, drop the gloom weapon, why not? Jump up there, hit that, do that. Double check we've got the chest. Yes, we have. Marvelous. Booyah. That's 2 shrines done. 2 more and we get another stamina vessel. We're doing alright. Not done so much in terms of the story, but we're certainly doing alright in the collectibles. Albeit a very slow progress. Be nice to play this game in different themes. Wait, what? Just a bit. Oh, right. I have no idea. Be nice if this game had more music to it, but other than that. Alright, let's climb our way up here and see if we can find the Tear of the Dragon. Rather than a Korok seed. I'm guessing this will be an easy one and it'll be, well, it'll have to be on a flat surface for the cutscene, so... I'll probably be at the top and it'll be in the hilt or something. There. One of the easier ones. Oh, like how you could play Ghost of Tsushima in black and white. Fair enough. In Kamizawa mode or whatever it was. Like the Seven Samurai. Right, I think this is our penultimate tier. There's only one more after this. Oh! Temple of Time.
I managed to restrain him somehow. But Link, I am not sure you'll be able to stop him.
Oh, that's what it looked like before it had collapsed. Okay, fair enough. Ah, this is the other side of the first cut, the cutscene at the start of the game, isn't it? Bye.
Master Sword. How is the Master Sword? You're telling me that Link is safe? You traveled through time to find me and recover your strength.
Zelda, I believe there is a reason you were sent to us. It has to mean something.
Temper the Master Sword.
I know why I am here. It's something only I can do. We will finally stop him.
To become an immortal dragon is to lose oneself.
I'll be forever changed.
Then the dragon.
Link,
No.
you must find me.
Never mind, it's just the trailer. Ah, Jesus Christ, do something! Yeah, pretty much. Though, it makes my head hurt, because that means Fi still exists, so Skyward Sword must have happened. So my initial point of tempered in the flames of the goddesses... Though there's some foreshadowing there, isn't there? Yes, all games are canon, Ezio. Apparently, according to Nintendo, they're just going to ignore that canon, so piss if I know. Oh, sweet innocent Ezio, you really don't watch many movies. No, I really don't. You know Link has a curse put on him by Demise, so theoretically, Princess, you can't defeat Ganon. No. Steals your house and then loses faith in you, and then steals my sword. Right, so my sword went to her. So that's the reason she went into the past. It was to fix the Master Sword, because by being so far in the past, the Master Sword could then temper in the flame, in the power of the Holy Dragon. Right, so if we follow the breadcrumbs, and it's going to be really stupid if that's the case. By ingesting a sacred stone, one becomes a dragon. Zelda has a sacred stone, and she just said, I will be forever changed. So, either she is going to go on an epic quest to find a dragon, she is going through the hero's journey, much like Bilbo Baggins or Frodo, and she will forever be changed, a better and more understanding princess, a queen, a warrior queen, worthy of her people. Or she's going to eat a sacred stone, turn into a dragon, and that's just going to be the explanation for how she ends up back in the future. Well, there's only one way to find out, and that's to find the last dragon's tear. Which we're not going to do just yet. We will, eventually. We will, but... Master Sword, I must admit, if nothing else, this game at least it gives me an outlet for my imagination. Right. It's gonna be the latter, isn't it? Oh, heaven forbid Zelda has some agency and becomes a hero of herself in a separate line to the story that could be DLC. No, of course not. Right, oh dear. Also, that's a very strange looking Pura Tower. I mean, really strange looking. It looks kind of blocky and stone-like rather than a Pura Tower. Wait, which timeline did she put the sword in the... Wait, what? Which timeline did she put the sword in the dragon out of child? Oh, wait, where are we going? That's exactly it. She is the dragon. I would put all my money on it. I probably would as well, if I'm honest. It seemed too stupid to be anything else. But we'll find out. Well, I'll find out. I'm sure everyone else in chat probably already knows, but I'm going to find out. I managed to somehow avoid quite a lot of spoilers on this game. And also keep getting suggested fan art of Gwen from Into the Spider-Verse ending up in ancient Hyrule and being in a relationship with Zelda. But there we go. Apparently that's another thing that seems to be going on in the community. Wait, which timeline did she put the sword in the dragon? Out of child, adult, or downfall? There's something Nintendo would love to do to us. As far as I understand it, this timeline is a timeline not connected to any of them. My theory is... Actually, it only works. Actually, I think I got this off Game Theory. But in fairness, I think it actually holds water. The only way that this could kind of work is if there was a sort of... Breath of the Wild works as if there was sort of a re-emergence of the timelines, so all elements from each of them were brought back to a central point. And for that, Hyrule Warriors actually works. I don't actually know. It's just no crappy twist when I see them. Fair point. Oh yeah, you've not bought the game. What was I going with? Oh yeah, Hyrule Warriors. Because in Hyrule Warriors, minor spoilers, at least multiple timelines. Definitely the child and the adult timeline merge. Not too far to think. To be honest, if you think about it, if we count the... Oh, because that's linked to the past. And we see elements. Basically, if all of the timelines merge, then Hyrule Warriors works quite well, because in Hyrule Warriors, all of the timelines do actually merge into one. It's all resolved at the end of the game, because Zelda, happy ending, yada, yada, yada. But all of merge into that. So if you have something similar to that happening, then you end up with a bit of a muddled history with things that may or may not have happened. My personal feelings are, one, this is bollocks, because 10,000 years, yada, 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 yada. I think the adult timeline, the child timeline is probably the canonical one, because that's sort of the straight line of events. You've got Skyward Sword, then Ocarina, and then the events of the adult timeline happen, but at the same time, you've got Link goes back to the past, child timeline, Twilight Princess, awesome, and then this all eventually leads to Breath of the Wild. And you've got Wolf Link in Breath of the Wild, which also ties back into that, so that kind of makes sense that one of Link's ancestors helps him out, but it does get very muddy and stuff, and I can understand in Breath of the Wild a lot of this being ancient legend, because let's face it, a lot of time has passed, and the historical records have probably been destroyed several times, especially in the Great Calamity. So I can sort of see how that one all ties around, but... Oh, its own timeline. It's the Breath of the Wild timeline. It's like the merged timeline, and then they made it work in Breath of the Wild, and then they completely wet the bed in Tears of the Kingdom because they suddenly undo a bunch of lore. I mean, it's just... It makes sense for the mergence because you've also got sea salt, which you got salt which is said to have come from an ancient sea, and it's all over the Hyrule. So that means that all of Hyrule was once underwater. So that makes sense that if that's sort of layover when all the timelines merged. So maybe the golden goddesses intervened like Iluvatar, and they've basically merged, reshaped the world, morphed everything back into a single timeline. And that's where we ended up with the timeline of Breath of the Wild. I'm not going to say 10,000 years, though. I think, apart from that's just really bad writing, I think timeline-wise, the calamity did happen, but not as far back as they think, because if you think about it, if we go off I suppose go off Common Era, 2,000 years ago. Not many people quite know what happened 10,000 years ago. The records of that are a bit sketchy. If we go, and not even 2,000 years ago, well, let's go 1,000 years ago, or even to the medieval periods with Dark Ages, records were destroyed. There are parts of the past we will never understand. So I think somewhere along the line, some jackass historian in Hyrule is basically going, oh, I don't know when this happened. 10,000 years ago. Yes, that sounds poetic. I think that's going to work very well for my notes on this. What kind of fool would believe that? And then everyone's going, oh, 10,000 years ago, the Great Calamity happened. No, and it wasn't. It was probably about 500 at most. And then this all stuff, and it's just stupid. It's really stupid. I hate the 10,000 years ago thing. What was I even talking about? I have seen zero spoils on story for this game, and only building content. Fair enough. Oh yeah, merging of timelines. I think it's not that. I think it's maybe 500 years at most. Give or take, because that sounds about right for the historical record to be lost. Maybe 600 years, but I don't think 10,000 years have passed, because that's 10 millennia. 10 millennia is a long time. I think the Earth's been around for 10 millennia at this point. No, it has been. No, hold on. No, it has been, but humanity has not been around for 10 millennia. 10,000 years. That somebody just pulled that number out of their backside, didn't they? I posted a timeline on Discord as well. This deeply annoys me. Ah, the Hyrule Historia timeline. Yeah, that's pretty much what I was referring to. So yeah, you've got the everything unified in Hyrule Warriors, and then that's the only one that kind of works for me in my mind. But with the Marvel films, at least the early Marvel films. Sorry, I'm off on. I'll get back to the game in a minute. In the early Marvel films, they sort of had a canon advisor. They had somebody who was expert in Iron Man, classic Marvel comics. They were there to ensure that the writers of the Avengers and all of the movies held to the Marvel canon. Nintendo needs that for Zelda. I know the canon's a mess. The game was never originally designed with the idea of having a story and interlinking things. It was sort of just supposed to be their own individual games, and somewhere along the line, they sort of tried to knit them together into a timeline that didn't quite work, because all of the various games, they wanted to keep them as many canon, and I can appreciate that. So you end up with the split timeline theory. Unifying it into a single timeline works because it makes life easier, because then you could also set a game pre-unification, so you can easily say, well, this is the child timeline, the adult timeline, or the failed timeline. Or you may continue off in Breath of the Wild and do that. But they've done it in the most backwards way. They need somebody on staff who's basically gone through the games, knows the games inside out, knows how the timelines are all linked together, and then they can be a story advisor on the game so that the lore actually makes sense. But they haven't. They've basically gone, oh, I'll just do whatever. And they've basically got a sequel that feels like a half-assed sequel, because most of the stuff that I did in the previous game isn't even registered. It's basically, oh yeah, Link wandered around, did a few things, and destroyed the Calamity Ganon, the end. That's it. There's nothing about, oh yes, I remember the great battle of the Calamity, where the divine beasts shot a light, and the light sky lit up as they blitzed Hyrule Castle in a massive shot, and then a giant pig demon appeared in Hyrule Field. I saw it. It was a great day. I saw the princess myself banish the evil. No, nobody mentions that. You've got a couple of memorials knocking around, and the rest of it's basically just, oh yeah, that thing just happened. And there's no sort of rebuilding. It's just all as empty as it previously was. And let's go back to the game, shall we? Look, a tower. Hello. Is that you? You're out and about late tonight. Sorry, this Skyview Tower is out of order and maintenance is proving tricky. What's wrong? Well, the terminal that starts up the Skyview Tower isn't working. I've checked all the terminal parts. I've even hit it with a hammer, a screwdriver, and swore at it profusely. But nothing looks broken, and nothing's working. Now, I wonder if it's something to do with the tower itself that's broken. Gee, I wonder if that's why we have these big blocks knocking around. I posted the timeline on Discord, it's weird. Yeah. It's basically the unification timeline. I mean, I can wrap my head around it, so it's alright. It's the best we can probably manage at this point. Oh, well, I found out why the tower's not working. Oh. Oops. I don't want to be wasting that bow. Oh. Great. At least I can climb this like the towers of old. Thanks, I really needed to see that game. Move that out of the way. Now at Hyrule. The terminal, it's working again, even though I didn't do anything apart from swearing at it some more. There was something blocking the top of the Skyview Tower. The terminal and the lid on the top of the tower are connected. So, if the lid wouldn't work because it was blocked, I guess the terminal wouldn't work either. Well, now I'm in a hurry, and everything seems to be working properly, so I'll head out. Thank you for fixing the Skyview Tower. I'm off. Bye. Oh, right. Boop. Okay. Right. I love how Link is just nonplussed by is just not bothered by that anymore. The first cutscene was basically, what's happening? And now it's just, hello. Almost looks like Tingle with his hat like that. Sacrilege, I know. There was map updated. Marvelous. You know what we're going to have to do next, right? Oh, wait, this is the island that was in Shadows and Breath of the Wild. Huh. Right, and there is the island in the sky over the forest. Nice. Oh, we're going to have to start marking up for all the bloody Korok seeds now, aren't we? Right. Okay, let's get to it. I'll start with the sky. Oh, what's that quest? Recovering the hero's sword. Done. Whirly swirly thing. Not done. King pot. I'll mark as done. Secret room. Done. Walton's treasure hunt. Yep. Done. Done. Oh, I'll fix them in a bit. Right. Oh, there's a stone talus in the forest marbles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, right, I missed the talus. Oh, and there's gloom hands as well. Right, we'll do Korok seat in the sky first. Why not? Make my life a bit easier. That looks like it's another gliding challenge as well. Korok seed, gambling, apparently. Treasure map. I'll start with a star, actually. Mini boss. I don't think I need the bow cores for anything, do I? Right. Already suspected there'd be one up here. Oh. Nothing here, but thing there. Now, I don't think I have a photo of these birds. A cloud gull. Huh. Cool. Wonder if they're tasty. Ah, and a thingy machine. I don't think I've got that many cores left. Let's see. Will you give me a control stick? That'd be nice. I need those fans as well. Ooh, control stick. And a shock emitter. Alright, I'll take it. A light? Ah. Homing cart, shock emitter, light. Oh, I need homing carts. Nice. I'll just put 3 in. I need to go and get some fans as well. Right, that is now one of my favorites. Okay, I will put... I don't know what I can put there. I'll just have to try and remember it, I suppose. It's easy enough. It's the one directly over the Kokori Forest anyway, so...